Wisconsin Governor Tony Evers unveiled his state budget proposal to the state legislature tonight in Madison, once again calling for spending increases to public education and resources for funding local government. With the state in the midst of a nearly $7 billion surplus, Evers is calling for more than $1 billion in tax cuts for the middle class, saying it is needed relief for so many working families.
Under my plan, if you're a single filer making less than $100,000 or a married joint filer making less than $150,000, the cornerstone of my tax plan will cut your taxes by 10%.
Governor Evers also confirmed a plan to fund local governments that he spoke about in his State of the State last month. He again called for 20% of the state sales tax revenue to be sent to local communities to fund local government.
I'm excited to share that our budget includes that proposal. I don't care where it came from, providing more than $500 million more per year in new resources to invest in key priorities like public safety. We have to get this done, folks.
It's an idea that's previously been floated by Republicans as well to address a shared revenue program that does fund local government but has seen previous budgets cut or restricted. The Coulee region saw multiple public safety referenda in the last election, with more communities expected to do the same to fund things like police, fire, and EMS. 96th District Representative Lauren Oldenburg says his constituents have been most concerned with the declining shared revenue.
If we address the shared revenue, I think it'll go down to other parts, say in the county government. They will get funded because they don't have to fund certain. They have more dollars to do that part of it.
He also said the legislature will propose even more in tax cuts for Wisconsinites, saying their tax cuts would not necessarily be focused on the middle class. Oldenburg added that Evers' plan to make the state's largest increase in public education is one that will be addressed. 95th Assembly District Representative Jill Billings says Evers' plans to increase mental health resources in schools comes at an important time.
I think that's a model that really works. We've done some of that in some of our schools, but certainly more needs to be done.
So public education, shared revenue, and a whole lot more in the proposal tonight. The Republican-controlled legislature will now work on a budget proposal themselves and eventually send that to the governor. A bill in the Wisconsin legislature hopes to stop government officials from delaying the release of public records. State Republicans introduced the bill that also says requesters could collect attorney fees if the documents are handed over after a lawsuit is filed. Now, that's a new wrinkle that would overturn a Wisconsin Supreme Court decision from last year that had not allowed attorney fee collection. In this bill, fees are available if a judge rules that the requester's lawsuit was a substantial factor in the records actually being released. Wisconsin's public records law does require government officials to provide records as soon as practical and without delay.